Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Danny here again, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different from my usual stuff. I will be experimenting with pencil crayons because I've been using Copic non-stop. Even though I use a little bit of pencil crayon here and there, I don't really use it to do a full drawing, but that's what I'm going to do today. I don't have a lot of experience with pencil crayon, so this will be a first for me, but hopefully we can figure things out and make something that looks nice and cool. So I'm going to be using my PrismaColor pencil crayons and also a colorless blender. I didn't know they had this for pencil crayons, but this blends the pencil crayon colors together very nicely to make it look nice and smooth and rich. So yeah, without further ado, let's see what we can come up with. And yes, we're doing Strongman again because I love Strongman and he's the perfect candidate for a pencil crayon drawing. I'm not using ink because if you try to do ink on top of pencil crayon, it destroys the pen. So I lay down a first layer of color first and then adding in different shades for the shading, and then every time I add shade I do use the colorless blender to blend the colors together to make it look nice and blended, not really abruptly put on there, and to also make it look more rich and to eliminate any places that I actually didn't fill in. But I did smudge a lot in this particular drawing, so that's something I could learn. And the neck is, browner than the face. So onto the hair, same thing as the skin. I used lighter blue up front and more darker blue in the back, and I used the colorless blender to blend them together. And I gotta admit, it looks pretty smooth for hair, but it's really also satisfying to look at, just to me anyways. Since I'm not using ink, I have to give all the characters a nice black pencil outline to make them stand out. And his costume is pretty much just the same as the hair, so not much to say there. Now moving on to the skeleton character, he doesn't really have a lot of colors in him. The only colors he has is his eye glow, which is green. And so I really had to make sure that I do the proper skeleton shading with the black pencil crayon and to really blend them nicely to make it look like natural shading. And I think he looks very cool and very scary. Notice how I gave him a very dark outline to emphasize him from the darkness, because he is a skeleton, so he's not going to stand out too much if I don't give him a nice outline to make him stand out. And to add more color variation, I try to add the green wherever I can and wherever it looks natural. And now for the background, I fill in with black and make sure it's nice and blended, but to be honest, it doesn't really look that nice because I really hate filling in colors with pencil crayon especially. And Strongman has that nice Strongman glow in the back to make him stand out from the darkness and to give him the justice effect, let's call it that. And then for the skeleton character, I also had to give him some green glow to make him stand out from the dark. And I think that's a really nice touch to it, and yeah, I'm very happy with this drawing. Especially the glowy effect of his eye. It's pretty cool and pretty scary at the same time. And we have completed the drawing, my first pencil crayon drawing. Okay, so my first full pencil crayon drawing has been completed. Design wise, I really like this piece. I like the intensity of the two characters and the clash and just the design of skeleton. Absolutely loving it. And Strongman, well, I always love Strongman. I'm a buff guy. But thoughts about pencil crayons is that it's really fun to use, but it's also a little bit tricky to use as well. Partially because it's my first time, and the good thing about pencil crayon is that it can create a completely different effect. It can do so many things that Copic markers can't do, because every art medium has their strengths and weaknesses. So the pencil crayon, you can create many fine textures with the coloring, unlike the Copic marker, which you can't do many details with them. And with the pencil crayon, shading is also a little bit different, and it looks a little bit, has a different effect than any other coloring mediums. But the bad thing about them is that they smudge way too much, and ink does not work with them because it ruins your pen. But with the right pen, you can do it, of course. But yeah, it smudges way too much. Next time I use pencil crayons, I'll make sure that I put a piece of paper under my hand so that it doesn't smudge on the piece, and it's impossible to erase if it smudges. If you try to erase it, it just smudges even more. But overall, it was a very fun experience. I am happy with the complete product. Colors look nice, everything, Strongman looks nice, the skeleton looks nice, design-wise looks nice, and yeah, I'll definitely be using more pencil crayons in the future, so look out for that. But until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.